Thank you. We will continue to Ms. L. Tanguy from Liberal International. The floor is yours. And followed by Ms. Mulder, Netherlands.
Dear Madam Chair, dear friends, the climate change we are facing is an unprecedented upheaval in the history of our planet and compromises the future of humanity. For more than 3 decades, the scientific community has been sounding the alarm and multiplying calls for action without success. The latest report of the experts of the IPCC is a terrible warning of the consequences of climate inaction, which I can see in my constituency in Brittany, in France, with the rising waters and the erosion of the Finistère coastline. It is up to us as parliamentarians to solve the gaps and to have a responsible, healthy life and provide it to all in a sustainable manner. This is one of the major undertakings of Liberal International, a global federation of liberal political parties, movements and think tanks whose work is focused on supporting the creation of synergies on the issues and challenges we face today, namely fighting for human rights, climate justice and fair trade. We have established a climate justice committee and a working group on environment and human rights, of which I have the honor to be a member, along with other colleagues from the Liberal Party of the Council of Europe, ALDE. Our working group has drafted a report specifically for parliamentarians wishing to advance climate action and environmental protection in the world. Starting from the fact that the states are guarantors of the quality of life of the people on their territory, the Liberal parliamentarians declare in this report that the climate inaction constitutes a violation of human rights. Therefore, it is up to the states, encouraged by us parliamentarians, to protect any infringement of fundamental rights, including those resulting from climate change. Our report advocates the realization of adequate, ambitious, non-discriminatory climate policies in compliance with human rights, taking into account certain populations considered to be more vulnerable to the effects of climate change. I am thinking here of women and children, disabled and elderly people, as well as migrants and poor populations, with the aim of developing global climate justice and constitutional protection of the environment. Our report proposes 10 recommendations, including the creation of a High Commissioner for the Environment in international institutions. As an ALDE member of the Parliamentary Assembly of the Council of Europe, PAC, I would like to have a word for our institution. Last September, at the initiative of Liberal President Rick Deems, the parliamentarians of the Council of Europe devoted a day to debate the climate. These sessions were an opportunity to adopt strong recommendations and outline the urgent need to adopt a legally binding instrument to protect human rights to a safe, clean, healthy and sustainable environment as an individual and collective right. PAC recommended in particular the development of forms of participatory democracy on climate issues and the establishment of a European Citizens' Assembly for the Climate on the model of the French initiative of the Citizens' Convention for the Climate, which enabled France to adopt in 2021 an ambitious law to fight against climate change and strengthen resilience to its effects, for which I was rapporteur in the National Assembly. This initiative could be an example for other parliamentary groupings. I am delighted to see that parliamentarians from all over the world are taking up this issue because, in the words of UN Secretary General, and to waste time is to perish. The urgency is obvious, and it is now up to us all to respond to it together. I thank